If I wanted to lose 20 pounds in the next few months, here's the 5 things that I would focus on first. And hey, I've actually put these steps together in a fat loss checklist. So drop checklist down below and I'll send it right over to you in inbox. And hey, I'm Becky Fox. I've been a fitness and nutrition coach for the last 20 years and I've helped thousands of women over that time lose weight sustainably without having to give up carbs, sugars, or foods they enjoy. Let's dive into these top things I would focus on if you want to lose that weight and keep it off. So here's the first thing I would do. Instead of cutting everything out like carbs and sugars and pretty much every food that I enjoy, what I suggest is add more of the right things in. Now, the reason we do this is because when we add the right things in, we feel more full, we feel more satisfied. And so our meals stick with us, we find ourselves snacking less, and we naturally eat less of those things that tend to make us overweight in the first place. So what do I mean by this? Add more protein, add more fiber to your meals. So what is that going to look like? It's going to be around 30 grams of protein per meal and then 15 to 20 grams of protein per snack. As far as that fiber goes, try to get at least 1 to 2 fruits or veggies in each meal, and that's going to be a really good starting point to getting that fiber up. So second, often we're taught to just burn more calories when it comes to weight loss. But there's 2 things that actually matter so much more than just how many calories you burn, and that's movement and making sure we're adding a muscle with strength training. So yes, you've probably heard to get those 8 to 10,000 steps a day, and this matters a lot because what women don't realize is this adds more to our calorie output than exercise does. It can make up to 15% of the calories that we burn in a day. So make sure you're getting those steps in. It can be going out for a walk, but just breaking it up throughout the day, having fun dancing around your house, or just even just doing activities that you enjoy. Now, why do we want more muscle on our body? Because when we have more muscle, we burn more calories at rest. This is why strength training is so key. It's not about the calories we burn in those workouts, but it's about optimizing for muscle. So we get toned, so we have strength, and we have that muscle definition on our body. And also, if we make sure to preserve or even gain muscle while we're trying to lose weight, it ensures that weight loss is actually fat loss and not muscle loss. This is very important. So if you're not strength training, this is the time to start. And you can start with as little as 2 full body workouts a week. All right, this is going to be a hard one to hear, but for a lot of women, it's not enough to just know what to do. A lot of you guys know what to do. If I sent you to the grocery store and said load the cart up with healthy options, you would know what options to pick. It's not always about knowing what to do. We're really good at getting in our own way. And a lot of us have self-limiting beliefs. We tend to self-sabotage. We talk down to ourselves. And these are things that really hold us back. This could look like eating when you're stressed out to cope when you're not even hungry. It could be when you mess up on your diet plan, you say, what the hell, and just eat all the junk in the house because you're going to start over on Monday. It could be thinking something like, well, I can't be perfect, so I might as well give up. Or hey, I talk to a lot of women who struggle with self-belief. You've tried a lot of diets and a lot of things in the past, and sometimes that holds you back from taking action. So the first step, as hard as this is to start becoming aware of these patterns and how they show up in your life. When you're eating when you're not hungry, when you're making decisions because of stress, because of what you're saying to yourself, because of self-sabotage. Because awareness is going to be the first step to overcoming these and start to do something different. Next, I don't know about you, but I got to a point on my diet journey where I was so tired of giving up sugar, giving up carbs, giving up pizza, giving up every food I loved. All I ate was stuff that tastes like cardboard, and it was awful. It was no way to live. So if you actually want to keep the weight off, the way that we lose the weight has to be something we can do in the long term. And for a lot of us, giving up all these foods is just not going to be sustainable. It's going to have a shelf life. And if anything, I know for me, it backfired. It caused me to overeat and binge eat things like Oreos and Ben & Jerry's ice cream because I was so restricted and so deprived and so tired of barely eating anything. I was starving at the same time. And so by actually including foods that you enjoy in moderation into your diet plan, that diet plan is going to be so much more enjoyable and you're going to stick to it. So that's how you lose the weight and keep it off. So a little hack I give my clients is to have them make a list of foods that are really worth it and foods that aren't worth it. Because a lot of time we eat things out of habit when we don't even enjoy them that much. So for me, if I'm going to have chocolate, I want dark, rich, creamy chocolate. I don't really want the Hershey's milk chocolate type of chocolate. And so if I'm going to have it, I'm going to pick the dark chocolate. And if somebody hands me a Hershey bar, I'm going to say pass. Lastly, it's going to be really hard to stay consistent with any kind of fat loss plan if we aren't recharging our own body. This means getting in enough sleep, managing stress, because when we don't, what can tend to happen is that our hunger hormones and those cravings can go through the roof, making it really difficult to stay on track. So these two missing ingredients can really make an impact. So make sure you're getting in enough sleep, good quality sleep, and that you also are doing something every single day to help manage stress. This could be meditating, journaling, going for a walk in nature, whatever makes you happy, but have those moments where you're allowed to recharge so that you can keep having the energy to keep moving forward.